What's up, guys? Welcome to Heroes Explain. I'm Dylan, and today we're going to talk about the Dark Knight himself, Batman. Batman first appeared in Detective Comics number 27 on March 30th, 1939, and was created by artist Bob Kane and written by Bill Finger. The character was created because National Comics, which would later be known as DC Comics, needed a new character to build on the success of Superman, so editor Vin Sullivan turned to gag cartoonist Bob Kane to design a new character for him. Batman's iconic origin story wasn't revealed until issue number 33, despite being introduced 6 months earlier in issue number 27. In The Dark Knight's first story, he was introduced as bored socialite Bruce Wayne, who donned a costume and enjoyed ruthlessly dispatching thugs, usually resulting in them being killed. Batman first used his utility belt in Detective Comics number 29, where he used the gas-filled pellets and his Batarang for the first time, and he also used his Batplane in the same issue for the first time. Robin's character was first introduced in Detective Comics number 38 in April of 1940. This introduction changed the tone of the stories and changed Batman from a grim avenger into a wisecracking, lighthearted father figure. Bob Kane wanted to have Robin in the stories, but DC publisher Jack Leibowitz, I think I butchered that, but he was against having a kid fighting gangsters. So they agreed to try Robin out for one issue, and after sales doubled on that issue, Leibowitz cautiously agreed to keep Robin in future stories. Batman got his first self-titled comic in the spring of 1940 with Detective Comics Batman number 1. This introduced both Joker and Catwoman, who was originally referred to just as the Cat. Batman also used a machine gun to mow down monsters in this issue, which actually prompted editor Whitney Ellsworth to decree that the Dark Knight would no longer use a gun or kill people. This is where his no-kill rule originally came from. Other key pieces to Batman's world were introduced in the 40s. Gotham City was named in Detective Comics number 48 in 1940, and we got the Batcave in Batman number 12 in 1942. And also the Batmobile
Alfred was introduced in
Batman number 5 in Batman number
1941.
originally called Alfred Beagle. He wasn't originally their butler. He was pretty much just a fat, clumsy detective who helped them solve mysteries. And he was introduced when he discovered Batman and Robin's secret identities and helped them thwart a gang of crooks and became an ally. Eventually, they changed him from a detective to a failed actor who wanted to fulfill his father's dying wish to continue taking care of the Waynes. And then eventually he became the slim, funny butler that we know him as today. Throughout the 1950s, we got characters like Batwoman, Batgirl, Batmite, and Ace the Bat Hounds. And in 1954, DC started to try to tame their comics. And because of this, Catwoman stopped appearing since she wore a dress that was slit up to her thigh. So instead of just changing the costume and keeping the character, she stopped appearing from 1954 until 1966. In the early 70s, Batman quit being the silly character that he was throughout the years, and his rogues gallery pretty much disappeared for a little while. And this was time they returned him back to its original incarnation, the dark mystery-solving, crime-fighting vigilante that we all love and know today. In Detective Comics number 526 in 1981, we saw the introduction of Jason Todd. And a year later in Batman number 368, Dick Grayson retired as Robin and Jason Todd adopted the mantle. In the 80s, we got some of Batman's greatest storylines, just iconic stories. Like in 1986, we got the Dark Knight series and Batman Year One. And in 1988, we got Batman the Killing Joke, and it was also the year that readers got to choose to kill Jason Todd, and we got Death in the Family. After the death of Jason Todd in the Death in the Family, Batman worked alone and became more reckless and excessive when fighting crime, until the introduction of Tim Drake in 1989, who I think Tim Drake is a very underrated Robin. I don't think he gets not enough love. He's awesome, he's smart, and I think he has the coolest original Robin costume, in my opinion, Now we're going to talk about Batman in other media. Batman's first appearance outside of comics was in The Adventures of Superman radio series. I'm not sure what episode he was in, but the series aired between 1940 and 1951, and you can find the episode with Batman on YouTube. Just search, Adventures of Superman radio series with Batman, and you can find it. But I couldn't find the exact episode number to where, you can watch it if you want. Batman's first live-action appearance was in the black and white 15-chapter serial The Batman in 1943, starring Louis Wilson as Batman and Douglas Croft as Robin. And can I just say, these old-fashioned serials have the most badass posters. Like, I love them. They're absolutely badass. They're awesome, and I wish they made posters like this still. There was also a sequel to The Batman called Batman and Robin in 1949, but starred different actors. This serial had Robert Lowry as Batman and Johnny Duncan as Robin. Batman's first live-action TV series was the iconic Batman, obviously, starring Adam West as Batman and Burt Ward as Robin. It aired between January 1966 and March 1968. Everybody knows about this TV show. Everybody knows what it is. It's an awesome, silly, goofy, just Batman TV show. It perfectly captures the 60s vibe, and almost everybody loves it. Adam West is amazing, and he was a great person. May he rest in peace. Batman's theatrical debut was Batman in 1966. It was just the movie based on the TV series with Adam West. It appeared 2 months after the last episode of the first season in the series. And this movie just makes you happy. It's a silly, goofy, fun movie. I remember watching this as a child. I loved it. I still love it. Just if you haven't watched this, I highly recommend going watch it as soon as possible. Batman's first animated outing was the Batman Superman Hour that aired from 1968 to 1969. It was basically just a bunch of cartoon shorts with different superheroes playing one after another. And they had some sort of throw off on it that just took the Batman cartoons and played them like 30-minute segments. But this one's a little confusing because it was hard to find stuff on it that was actually solid. To where this is all the Batman media I'm going to talk about for this video. There's just so much that I could mention, but I'm mostly just trying to talk about the first, like his first movie, first TV show, stuff like that. But obviously, you got to mention the Batman animated series, the cartoon, the Batman, Super Friends, all that stuff, all those movies. Where I'm hoping to do a completely different episode, hopefully one day soon, about just all of Batman's cartoons and movies, because there's just a ton that I could talk about. So this part of the video is basically just a little extra that I wanted to add on, because I think everybody needs to know this. So as I said in the beginning of the video, Batman was created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger. But from 1939 to October 2015, Bill Finger didn't get any credit. Nobody knew who he was or that he helped make Batman. But like I said, it wasn't until October 2015 that Bill Finger didn't get any formal credit for creating Batman. The story goes that Kane told DC that he would make them a new character after the success of Superman. He originally sketched a hero with red tights and stiff black wings. That's the Batman that we're going to get. But Kane felt that the character wasn't very special, so he asked Finger for his input. They were buddies in high school. And Finger suggested a dark caped costume with a cowl. Finger then wrote numerous early stories, conceived the character's origin, and either created or co-created most of Batman's well-known supporting characters and villains. Despite all this, Kane's name was the only one to appear on Batman's comics for decades. It's believed that it was due to a contract that Kane signed. So after all that Finger did for the character, Kane didn't want to put his name on anything. Kane wanted the sole, he just wanted to be the sole person known for making Batman. So he consistently denied that anyone other than him was involved with the creation of Batman, up until his death in 1998. Finger attempted to set the record straight in the 60s by writing an open letter to the fans, telling them everything that it was, saying that he helped create them. But Kane claimed in his words that it was hogwash. He denied it. So while Kane lived the life of wealth and, just fame, Finger died penniless at the age of 59 in 1974. Eventually, he did get the sole credit, as I said. And basically, the main way he got his credit was as an on-screen credit in Batman vs. Superman as the creator of Batman with Bob Kane, obviously. But if you want to learn more about this, which I think y'all should, I plan on watching it, there's a Hulu documentary about the story called Batman and Bill. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed. Sorry this one came out so late. It's been super busy. Just if y'all enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave a comment if y'all have a hero that y'all like me to cover, villain, whatever y'all like. Like I said, hope y'all enjoyed. Hopefully I can get another one out soon. Love y'all. Thanks for watching.